So in this video, we will learn how to match form data with Google Sheet data. Now suppose guys, you are taking some kind of form submission from the users, or in the form builder which you are using is Elementor. And into a Google Sheet, you have some existing data and you want to compare or match both of these details, and if there is a difference, you want to update your database into the Google Sheet as well. How you can completely automate this process, let's see in this video. So the trigger of this automation will be submission of form into Elementor. So instead of Elementor, you can use some other form building application as well. So whenever a user will submit the form using their details, we will search for their details, their data into Google Sheet. So in the Google Sheet, we have the data. We will search for that user's data into Google Sheet. So if the data exactly matches, then we are going to end this automation there. But if not, if there is a changes between our database in Google Sheet and form submission, we are going to update our Google Sheet as well in the same automation. And also after updating it, we are going to send the user a WhatsApp message with the details, with the updated details, that what are the details we have added. So how you can completely set up this automation workflow, to know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on the Pabbly Connect dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get the free sign up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Now guys, after reaching to this dashboard, just click on create workflow and give your workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Elementor to Google Sheets to WhatsApp. And then just click on create. Now we can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and the second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we have to get the details or the data of form submission inside Pabbly Connect. So in this video guys, we are using Elementor as the form application. So we want that whenever a user makes the form submission, first we want to get that data inside Pabbly Connect. Then after that, we will match that data with the details or the database which we have in Google Sheet. So this is the Elementor form which I have created. This is just a simple basic form. And then this is the database which I have in Google Sheet. Now, whatever data we get from Elementor, we are going to search for the same data inside this Google Sheet. So we will be using email to search the data. Using email, we will find that user. Then after that, we are going to compare the details or the data from Google Sheet and the form submission. So from email, we will get all the data which we have in Google Sheet. Then we will compare the form submission data and Google Sheet data in Pabbly Connect workflow. And if the data exactly matches, like all the field like first name, last name, company, mobile number, all of this data exactly matches with the Google Sheet data, then we are not going to do anything. In that case, we are not going to send any kind of message or make any changes. But if the data changes, even if the single field data changes, then we are going to update that data into a Google Sheet, and also we are going to send a confirmation message on WhatsApp to the user who has submitted the form, just to update them that what are the details or the latest data which we have updated. So let's begin. So here in Pabbly Connect, let's get the form submission data first. So in this video, we are using Elementor form. So here in trigger window, I have selected Elementor. And in trigger event, we will be selecting new form submission. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our form which we have built using Elementor with Pabbly Connect. So just copy this webhook URL from here and follow the help text given below over here. So this is the form as we can see which I have created using Elementor. After that, just after opening this form in the edit with Elementor mode in edit page, here just click on this edit button, edit form button on the right side. And as we click on it, on the left side you can see all of these fields can be seen. Out of all of these fields, we have to go to actions after submit, and here in add action, we have to search for webhook. Let's search for webhook. Here it is. Just select webhook over here. Now as we select webhook in action after submit, here you can see that a field of webhook is created. Just click on this field, and then here we have to enter the webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. So just paste the Pabbly Connect's webhook URL over here, and then just hit on this update button. So in this way, we have added the webhook URL in this form. So whenever we will get a form submission in Elementor form which we have created right now, instantly the form submission data will be sent to Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL. And right now we are going to do the same. Here we can see that this webhook URL is updated, which means this form is connected with Pabbly Connect. Now let's click on this preview button over here and let's make a form submission, a dummy form submission over here. So right now I'm going to enter the details of a dummy user from my Google Sheet only. So in my Google Sheet, guys, here you can see we have the details of some users. So the first user is named as admin user. This is the email address, this is the company, and this is the mobile number. So I'm going to enter these same details in this form as well, just for setting up this workflow. So let me enter the name. Let me enter the email address. The company name was Pabbly Connect. Let's enter the same company name as it is. And then let's enter the mobile number. So this is the mobile number. Let's copy it from here, go to form and paste it over here. So right now we have to add a condition that if the form submission data and Google Sheet data does not matches, then we want to send the WhatsApp message and update the record. So for that, in that case, I'm just updating the name of the person. Right here, you can see that in the first name, I'm just adding one admin1 user. So this is the name of the person which they have entered in the form submission. And admin user is the name which we have added into the Google Sheet. So just for setting up this workflow, I'm changing the data in this form submission. After this, let's hit on send. So as we click on send, we can see that the form has been successfully submitted. And because we have connected this form with Pabbly Connect, here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you will see the same user's detail. We have the same first name which we have entered in the form submission, last name, we have the same mobile number, email, as well as the company name. So in this way, we have successfully received the form submission data into Google Sheet. Now what we want in the next step, we want to search for the details of this user using this email address into our Google Sheet data. For that, to check this data, we have to scroll down, come to our action window, and here in choose app, we have to search for Google Sheets. Select Google Sheets. And then in action event from the drop down, search action event as lookup spreadsheet row. Because we want to look up for some value into a Google Sheet, that's why we have selected action event as lookup spreadsheet row. Just click on connect. Select add new connection and click on connect with Google Sheets. Select your Google Sheets account. Scroll down and click on continue. And now we can see that our Google Sheet account gets connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is to select the spreadsheet. So here in the drop-down below, we can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have created in our Google Sheets account can be seen over here. Out of all of this spreadsheet, the spreadsheet in which we are having this data is named as user data. And we want to search for the data, the user's detail in this spreadsheet named as user data. That's why we are going to select this spreadsheet over here. Then it is asking us to select the sheet. So here in this spreadsheet, as you can see right now, we have only one sheet named as sheet 1. That's why in Pabbly Connect from the dropdown, we will just select sheet 1. Instead of this, if your Google Sheet have multiple different sheets in the spreadsheet, in whatever sheet you have the details or the data of the user, you have to select that same sheet over here. After that, it is asking us for the lookup column. So the lookup column will be in which column we want to search for data. So using the email address, we are finding the details of the user in Google Sheet. And we have the email address in column C over here. So the lookup column will be column C, in which column we are searching for data. Then it is asking us for the lookup value, that what is the data we are searching for. So we are searching for the email address, the user details with the help of this email address. We want to get the details or the data of the row in which this email address has. So what we are going to do, first we have to map this response of email address over here in this lookup value. How we are going to do this? Guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below, we can see all the responses which we have received from Elementor of the new form submission can be seen over here. And from this drop down, out of all of these responses, select the response of email and it will be mapped over here. So by setting up this step, we have told that in this spreadsheet, in this particular sheet, and in this particular column which we have entered in lookup column, we are searching for this value. So whatever row will be having this value, we will get the details of that complete row in the response below. Now after this, the last two things it asks us is to include headers in response. So yes, we want to get the headers in response. So that's why we have selected true over here, and the sort value. So we want to sort this data from the top. So that's why we have selected top. If you want to sort the data from the bottom according to your use case, you can select bottom over here. And after all of this, just click on save and send test request. Now after clicking on save and send test request, here we can see that we have received some response. And in this response, we can see the complete details of the user which we have in that particular row. So this is the data for which we were looking for. This was the same email address, and we have the data or the details of this user in this second row, row number 2. And we get the data of complete row. We get the same name of the user which we have in our Google Sheet, admin user. We have the email address, we have the same company name which we have added into a Google Sheet, as well as the same mobile number. So in this way, guys, we have basically searched for the data using the email address of the user entered in the form submission from the Google Sheet. Now guys, the two steps of setting up this workflow are completed. Now let's move to the third step. So in the third step, we have to compare the data which we have received from Google Sheet of the user and the data which they have entered into this form submission. And after comparing this data, what we are going to do, if there is a change in data, like if the user has added or updated their details in the form submission, if the details or the data from form submission varies from the data from our Google Sheet, then we are going to update that data into Google Sheet and also send a confirmation updation message to the user on WhatsApp. Now, how we are going to compare this data? To compare this data, we are going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect, and that is filter. Just hit on this add action step button over here. And here in choose app, we have to search for or select filter from here. After selecting filter by Pabbly, here the first thing it asks us is to select the label. So in select label, in the drop down below, we can see all the responses of our previous two steps, from the data from Elementor as well as the data from Google Sheet. So here in select label, from the responses of Google Sheet, the first response which we get is of first name. So select the response of first name from this Google Sheet. The filter type will be not equal to, does not equals to, because we want to continue this automation workflow if the data does not matches. That's why we have selected filter type as does not equals to. And here in value, we have to map the response which we have received from form submission. So here, as we click here in the drop down below, we can see the responses of Elementor and Google Sheet. And from the Elementor responses, just select the response of first name and it will be mapped over here. In this way, we have to set up this filter for other steps as well. So right now what we have added a filter that if the first name in my Google Sheet is not equals to the first name which we have received from Elementor form submission, then this automation workflow should be continued. If there is a variation of data from both the application, then this workflow will be continued and it will update the data. If both of the data are exactly the same, then in that case, we are not going to make any changes and neither we are going to send any kind of WhatsApp message right now as of now. So right now you can see that the response which we have received from form submission of first name is admin1. But the name which we have in our Google Sheet is admin. So we have added extra one over here. Both of these data does not matches. So we will just hit on save and send test request once. And here we can see that it is showing us condition is true. Why? Because we have selected filter type as does not equals to. So we have added a filter if both of these values are different, then we should get the condition is true. That's why we have received the condition as true. So all the data which we are comparing, out of all of those data, if any data does not matches, then this automation workflow will update the record and send the WhatsApp message. So this was the filter for the first name. Now let's click on this OR condition. We are going to set up OR filter and let's compare or set up the filter for other values, other responses as well. So in select label from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, select the response of last name. Again, the filter type will be does not equals to, and here in value, we have to map the last name which we have received from Elementor. Just map the response of last name over here. Then let's set up another OR condition. This time, let's compare the mobile number here in response from Google Sheet. This is the response of mobile number which we have received. Just select the response and select label. Filter type will be does not equals to, and the value will be mobile number which we have received from form submission. Let's add and the last or condition, and that is of the company name. So from Google Sheet responses, select the response of company name. This is the label. Just select it. Does not equals to, and then just set up or map the response of company name from the Google form. So because we are using email address to look up the value, that's why we have to ensure that the email address which the user is entering in form submission is the same address which we have in our database into the Google Sheet. So here in this filters tab, we have added some OR condition. So using this OR condition, we have created this filter that if any of the value or any of the data from Google Sheet and Elementor form response does not matches, then it will give us the condition as condition is true. And then we will be updating the data and send the WhatsApp message. After adding these steps, just click on save and send test request. Now it is still showing us the condition is true because the rest of the data between Google Sheet and Elementor form responses matches, but we have made a slight change in the first name. And because the first name does not matches, that's why this is giving us the condition is true. So we are setting up this workflow exactly right. Now after this guys, what we want to do, we want to update this data into the Google Sheet. Like if there is a change in data, if the user has updated some details in the form submission, we want that whatever data the user has entered in the form submission, that same data should be updated into the Google Sheet as well. For that, we will scroll down, click on this add action step button. And here in choose app, once again, we will search for Google Sheets. Add Google Sheets over here. Then in the action event from the drop down, this time the action event which we are going to select is named as update row because we want to update the data of a whole row inside Google Sheet. Because we don't know that what is the value, what is the data which we are getting is changed. So that's why we are going to update the complete row. Click on connect. Now guys, because we have connected our Google Sheet account in the previous step, we don't have to make another connection. You can select your old existing connection and just click on save. Now after this, just select the same spreadsheet over here, the same sheet over here as well. Then it is asking us row index, that what is the name of or the number of the row which we want to update. So while getting the response from Google Sheet over here in this response we get the row index, means the row number in which row this data exists. The details or the data of this user exists. We have received the row number in this response. So we are going to map the same response of row index in this step of update row. So just click here and from the Google Sheet responses, select the response of row index and it will be mapped over here. So in this way, we have mapped and updated the row index. We have told that for which row we want to update the data. Then after this, it is asking us first name, last name, email, company and mobile number. All of these details. So what we have to do, we just have to click here and from the responses of Elementor, we have received the latest responses, the updated data from Elementor form submission. That's why we are going to map that data over here. So map the first name in first name section. From the drop down, map the last name in last name section. Map the email in the email section, email field. Map the company name in the company name field. And at last, map the mobile number in the field of mobile number. And after mapping all of these details, just hit on save and send test request. Now, as we click on save and send test request, here we can see that we have received the response and this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data is been updated, means whatever data user had entered in the form submission, we have updated that data into the Google Sheet. So here in Google Sheet, now you can see that earlier the first name was admin, but now because we have updated the data, the name has been changed to admin1, the same name which user has entered in the form submission. You can use this same automation guys to update the record, update the data as well. Now after all of this, we have to move to our last step, and in the last step guys, we wanted to send a message, a confirmation message to the user who has submitted the form. And guys, in that message, we are going to mention the updated details, that what is the data, what is the updated data of that user which we have in our database. For that, just click on this add action step button. And here in choose app, we have to search for WhatsApp Cloud API. So WhatsApp Cloud API is the official WhatsApp API service of Meta. So that's why we are using it. After selecting WhatsApp Cloud API, in action event, select send template message. And then just click on connect and select add new connection. So here guys, you have to connect your WhatsApp Cloud API account with Pabbly Connect. So right now, because I have already created my WhatsApp Cloud API account, that's why I have all the details or the credentials which are required to make the connection. So if you haven't created your WhatsApp Cloud API account yet, don't worry guys, we have a separate dedicated video on that too, on how you can set up your Cloud API account. And the link of that video will be in the description box below. By referring to that video, you can set up your own WhatsApp Cloud API account. And after creating your account, you will reach to this app dashboard page of Cloud API. And at this page, you will get all the details which are required to make the connection, like the temporary access token, phone number ID, and the WhatsApp business account ID. Just copy this phone number ID from this page, go to Pabbly Connect, and paste it over here. After that, copy the WhatsApp business account ID, get back to Pabbly Connect, and paste it over here as well. The last thing it asks us is the token. And the help text below it says, enter system user generated permanent token as explained here. So guys, the token which we get on this app dashboard page is a temporary access token, which means this token will expire every 24 hours. But guys, don't worry, there is a way by which you can generate a permanent access token which is never going to expire. So here in this connection window in the help text, you can see a hyperlink. Just click on it and it will take you to a page on our forum. And at this page, you will find all the details regarding WhatsApp Cloud API. How you can set up your Cloud API account, how you can generate permanent access token, and other details as well. So you can refer to this page, generate your permanent access token, and enter that token over here to make the connection. After entering all of these details, just click on save. Right now in this video, I'm going to use my old existing connection, and let's click on save. And after connecting our WhatsApp Cloud API account, the first thing it asks us is the template name. So in the drop down below, you can see a long list of templates over here. Now here you must be thinking, what are these templates? So templates are basically some predefined WhatsApp messages which we have to first create in WhatsApp Cloud API, and after creating those templates, we have to get those templates approved from the Facebook, or should I say Meta. And once our message template gets approved, we can use that template message to send WhatsApp messages to our users. Now guys, how you can create these templates? So just go to this app dashboard page of WhatsApp Cloud API, scroll down and come to this step 2. And here at last you can see a hyperlink. Just click on it and it will take you to the message template page of WhatsApp Cloud API. At this page, you can see a list of all the templates which you have created in your Cloud API account. If you want to create a new template, just click on this create template button and you can start creating your template of your choice. If you have any doubt regarding it, we have a dedicated video on that too, on how you can create WhatsApp message template inside Cloud API and what are the features it offers. And you will find the link of that video in the description box below. So guys, the template which we are going to use in this video is named as details updated. Let's search for the template details underscore update. Just a second. Details updated. So this is the kind of WhatsApp message I want to send to the users whose data we are updating, whose data is not matched with our database. So this message says hello, and after hello, I wanted to mention the name of that person. So here guys, every time we send a message, the name of the person is going to keep on changing. This means in this message, the name of the person is a dynamic text, a variable. And to add these kind of dynamic text or variable, we add these kind of numbers in double curly braces in our message body. So here guys, this number in double curly braces is a body field, a variable. Now to add these kind of dynamic text, we have added this variable over here. So after hello, we have created this variable where we are going to mention the name of the person who has submitted the form. Now guys, after all of this, we are creating multiple variables in this message as well. So this message says hello demo, means after the name, thank you for submitting the form. We have successfully updated your latest details. Your updated details are, so with this message, I also wanted to share the updated details in our database which we have updated to the user in the message. So that's why I'm sharing the updated details, the data which we have updated into the Google Sheet over here in this message as well. And all of these details are also going to be some dynamic text. Every user, every message will have a different name, email, mobile number, and company in the message. That's why here you can see that I have created multiple variables, multiple body fields over here. So in front of name, because this was the first body field, so we have named this numbered at 1. This was the second, so here is 2, 3, 4, 5. And all the body fields which you create, we can actually enter the text, what text we want to enter in place of these body fields with the message. We can configure it inside our Pabbly Connect workflow. So in this way, this is the kind of message which I want to send in this video. Basically, if you want, you can create any kind of WhatsApp message of your choice and add any number of variables in that message as well. Also, it gives you some option of adding some kind of headers, footers, and buttons as well. So you can also use all those features of WhatsApp Cloud API over here. But right now in this video, we are going to use details underscore updated, this template inside Pabbly Connect. Let's select this template. And after selecting our template, the language code and template ID are automatically detected. We don't have to make any changes over here. After that, it comes the recipient mobile number. So here in this field, we have to actually enter the mobile number of the user to whom we want to send the WhatsApp message. So guys, here we have two conditions. First, there is a mobile number which we get from the form submission, and the second is the mobile number which is updated in our Google Sheet. So if just in case a user updates the mobile number, in that case guys, on what mobile number you want to send the users the WhatsApp message. So in this video, I want to send the WhatsApp message on the mobile number which I received from the form submission. If you want, according to your use case, you can use the mobile number from your form submission or from the Google Sheet data, any mobile number of your choice. So here just click on this field, and in the drop down below, because I'm using the mobile number, the WhatsApp number from the Elementor form responses, and select the response of mobile number from the Elementor form responses. The help text below recipient mobile number says, enter the recipient mobile number with country code without the plus sign. So here guys, we have to enter the mobile number of the user with country code without the plus sign. Like the country code for India is +91. So we just have to enter the 91 with the 10 digits of mobile number, and we have to remove the country code, the plus sign, from it. After mobile number, here we can see body field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4, and field 5. The same 5 body fields which we have created in our template message can be seen over here. Now, what text you want to send with the WhatsApp message in place of these body fields, you have to enter those text over here. So in place of body field 1, I wanted to mention the first name of the user. So after hello, I wanted to mention the first name. So in this video, I'm using the responses of Elementor. So from the Elementor responses, I will just select the response of first name and map it. After that, in body field 2, I wanted to mention the complete name, the updated data over here. So here we'll go back to Pabbly Connect, and because we have updated the Elementor form response into Google Sheet, that's why I will be using the same data. Now to map the complete name, the full name, first I will map the first name from the responses, add a space to it, and then I will map the last name over here. After this, let's map the email address. Follow the same process of mobile number as well. So I will be mapping the mobile number over here. So right now in this mobile number, we are not having the plus sign. So I will just manually add the plus sign just to make sure that the user gets the correct detail. And at last, the body field. Body field 5, that is the company name. So let's map the name of the company. So in this way, you can create multiple fields over here and also map that data inside your WhatsApp message template as well. Now after all of this, let's hit on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here we can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped in this template message is now sent with the same template message which we have selected on the number, on this particular WhatsApp number, which the user had entered in the form submission. So let's check the WhatsApp account of this number. I will just go and access the WhatsApp web account of this number. And yes guys, here you can see that we have received a WhatsApp message. In this message, we can see the message says, hello admin1, the same name which we have entered in the form submission. Thank you for submitting the form. We have successfully updated your latest details. Your updated details are, we have the same name, the same email address, the same mobile number, and the same company. The same data which you have received from form submission and updated into a Google Sheet, we have sent those same details as a confirmation to the user with the WhatsApp message. So in this way, guys, you can actually set up this automation, and whenever you will receive the data, receive a form submission, you can match that data in your Google Sheet with the user's details and also send a confirmation message on WhatsApp to the same user. Now, after setting up this automation, guys, what we have to do, we will just test this automation once in the real time. Now, to test this automation, guys, we will just make a form submission. So here in our Google Sheet, we have a user named as dummy user. So we are going to use the details of this user. And this time, we are going to change the name of the company and the mobile number in the form submission. So we have this form. Let's enter the same name, dummy user. Let's use the same email address which you have entered into our sheet. And for company, this time let me enter the company name as Pabbly. Right now, the company name in Google Sheet is Pabbly Subscription Billing. I have changed the company name to Pabbly. And I'm also going to change this number. The mobile number which we have in the Google Sheet is this. And this time, I'm going to enter some other number. And after entering all of these details, guys, let's click on send. So just now we have submitted the form. We have made the form submission. The automation is triggered. And we will see instantly as we make the form submission, the automation triggered, it processed the data, and we will see instantly it has updated the data into a Google Sheet. So because the details which we have entered in form submission does not matches the details of the Google Sheet, it has automatically updated, and also it has sent a WhatsApp message on this number. So let's check the WhatsApp account. And yes, here you can see that hello dummy, the same user's name which we have entered in form submission, and the same WhatsApp message, and also the updated details on WhatsApp message which we have updated into Google Sheet. So in this way, guys, we have tested this automation, and this automation is working perfectly fine. Now guys, not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down to your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.